सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ. In the last two sessions, we saw the two disciplines of practices to get four purusharthas successfully. Purushartha prapyartham, ultimate purushartha is freedom. First one is security, second one is happiness, third one is dharma, that which we want to acquire some more values in our life, and moksha finally. Peace comes only when we follow values. That is why I said PSH and freedom, F. PSHF, our formula. And these two disciplines mentioned for the removal of two limitations of human mind. There are three limitations. Number one is malam or impurity in the form of attachment and aversion. First limitation of the mind is mind get attached to something or other in one's life, and aversion also towards certain objects and towards certain people. So these two are, you can take many other also. These are the main, raga and dvesha. Attachment and aversion are the impurities of the mind. For the removal of that impurity, Shastra prescribed karma yoga. Look at your actions as worship, and those worshipful mind is very, very useful for getting chitta shuddhi. By getting chitta shuddhi, you are qualifying yourself for spiritual further dimension. This dimension is starting with karma yoga onwards. For that, sadhanas were given in the form of panchamaha yajnas. 5 yajnas we saw. In the second session, we saw that upasana yoga for the removal of distraction from the mind in the form of disturbance, vacillation, and different types of weaknesses in the mind, that are all can be removed by upasana yoga in the form of meditations. 4 types of meditations we saw. Chitta Shanti Dhyanam, to calm down the mind. Chitta Ekagrata Dhyanam, to develop the focusing capacity of the mind. And Chitta Vishalata Dhyanam, to learn to expand your mind, to be broad-minded. Expansion meditation, or Vishwarupa Dhyanam. Ekarupa Dhyanam, recognizing the divinity, discovering the divinity within you and outside. By worshipping the Lord in the form of a deity, your Ishtadevata. Your Ishtadevata or your favorite deity you meditate upon. Any name, any form you can take, but your mind is full of that Ishvara. So Ekarupa to Vishwarupa, the same Lord is pervading in different forms in this cosmos. Vishal Dhyanam, before that we did Ekarupa Dhyanam, Saguna Ishvara Dhyanam. Vishwarupa Dhyanam is the second meditation, guided meditation. Third one is Vishwarupa Dhyanam. Fourth one is value meditation, Chitta Samskara Dhyanam. To develop the mind further positive emotions and positive ideas, thoughts to develop. These are all very good for good health. Good for good health. When mind is calm, quiet, peaceful, relaxed, automatically you get physical health. Then we have to see the other limitation of the mind, one more, that is ajnanam. Ignorance is another limitation of the mind. For that Shastra prescribes Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yoga is the prescription given for the removal of self-ignorance. This is the third discipline of practice. So 3 types of aushadham, like medicines, like they are helping to enhance our mind towards spiritual growth. The more your mind is spiritually bent, then you are enjoying the peace, happiness, security, and freedom, inner leisure. The more inner leisure comes, your mind gets maturity. You develop courage and acceptance. You develop discriminative capacity. These are the 3 benefits we get by the removal of ajnanam from the mind. Seeing the things as they are, and you adopt yourself to those situations and people, you adopt yourself how to reconcile yourself with the world. In spite of the differences in the world, I am happy with them also, I am happy without them also. Nothing can disturb me. That type of discrimination has to come. That type of maturity has come. Nothing can disturb me in this world. Like that, I have to take a decision. I have to conform myself to this principle. Nothing can disturb me in my life. That is the maturity of the mind. Now, let us come to this practice. What do you mean by Jnana Yoga? This is just what I have done in the previous classes. I have given a just summing up. Now let us come to the final sadhana called Jnana Yoga. In this Jnana Yoga, there are 3 methods are there. 3 stages are there. One is Shravanam, another is Mananam, another is Nididhyasanam. I will talk about these 3, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasanam, after giving the introduction to Jnana Yoga. All these 3 methods to follow, you require some basic knowledge before entering into Jnana Yoga. What is that basic knowledge? The Jnana Yoga, 2 words are there. Yoga means a discipline or a practice, a sadhana of what? Jnana. Jnana means what? Knowledge. Jnana Yoga, a discipline, that which is prescribed for me in the form of knowledge. Jnana Yoga means a discipline, that which is prescribed by Shastra for attaining knowledge. That means I must have ignorance, otherwise why Shastra has to prescribe jnanam, knowledge? That means it is accepted there is some ignorance in me. Ignorance of what here? Jnanam means knowledge. Knowledge is prescribed. Why Shastra prescribed knowledge? Because we, the human beings, in our mind, we have ignorance about ourselves. Self-ignorance is there. As long as self-ignorance is there, you can never attain the Purusharthas completely. You cannot enjoy peace, security, happiness and freedom. So to remove that ajnanam, you require knowledge. What type of ajnanam? Next question. Yoga means a discipline of practice given by Shastra regarding knowledge, jnanam. Jnanam is meant to remove ignorance. A removal of ignorance is what? And attaining knowledge about what? That is self. Self-ignorance is there. Atma ajnanam. That Atma ajnanam has to be removed by Atma jnanam. Then we have to understand what is Atma. Like that, it is intertwined. Each point, each word is connected to the later word, later. Like that, you have to go on and on into the subject. So, Jnana Yoga is prescribed for the removal of ignorance about myself. What is that ignorance? Why I am having ignorance? I am having knowledge only. People think. I know what I am. Shastra says what you know about you. You know your weight. You know your height. You know your profile. You know your qualification. You know your complexion. You know about your body-mind complex. Through that you know other things outside. This is what you know about yourself. That is not correct knowledge. Apart from that, there is something else to be known by yourself about yourself. Other than your height, weight, color, complexion, your education, your qualification, your parents, your family, everything, there is something else to be known, that which is not body-mind complex alone. You are a mixture of body-mind complex, that is non-self, and you are the self also. Self means capital S. You are the self plus body-mind complex. That means you are self means Atma. Atma plus Anatma body-mind complex, you are the mixture. You know only one part of yourself. One part of yourself you write on the check. Myself. Myself means there you are noting your name, form and your address, all are referring there, myself, in the check. You write even small s there, myself. That myself is half knowledge about yourself. I know about myself. Shastra says you know about yourself, that is half knowledge about yourself. So what? If you don't know about yourself fully, what you are, you cannot enjoy your Purushartha, 4 goals in your life. If you do not know about yourself completely, one part only you know, body-mind complex, that is not sufficient for your success in your life, is depending upon the knowledge about your real self also. What is that? That is called Atma. How to get that knowledge about that Atma? I want to get that Atma Jnanam. Jnanam means knowledge, Atma means self-knowledge. Now next question is, I want that PSHF I want. Then you have to get Atma Jnana. Not body Jnanam, mind Jnanam, your family, your degrees, that is not sufficient. You have to get Atma Jnana. Atma kaha? Atma is Sat Chit Ananda Rupaha. Atma. Later we will see what is Sat Kim, Chit Kim, Anandaha, Kaha, we will see later. But in one shloka, what is Atma is said in our Shastra, in Linga Puranam it comes. Yadapnoti yadadatte yachati vishayaniha yachasya santato bhavaha tasmat atma iti kathyate. Yadapnoti, that which pervades everything, yadadatte, that which grasps everything, yachati vishayaniha, that which experience all the objects, yachasya santato bhavaha, that which exists all the 3 periods of time, that is known as Atma. Atma iti kathyate. We will see more in detail later classes. This is about Atma. How to know about this? I want to get this knowledge. Now let us come to the discussion of knowledge. Knowledge is, once you want to get, there are 4 factors involved. Like any knowledge, computer knowledge, physics knowledge, chemistry knowledge, music knowledge, dance knowledge, any knowledge involve 4 factors. What are those 4 factors? We all know only knowledge, knowledge, knowledge. We use that word, but there are 3 more behind that. Unless these 3 are not there, knowledge cannot take place. Now let us see what are they. Knowledge I want to get, that is called Prama in Sanskrit. Knowledge is called Prama. Any knowledge is called Prama. That Prama knowledge can be attained by Pramanam, the instrument. The one who attains knowledge is a knower. Knower is called Pramata. Knower of any knowledge is called Pramata. Suppose I want to know physics. I am the learner of physics. I get physics knowledge. I am the knower of physics. Therefore, knower is required. Pramata, the knower. Then Prama, I am interested in getting Prama, knowledge. The knower is required, knowledge is required, then Pramanam, instrument is required to get that knowledge. I get knowledge about what I get, the object of that knowledge is called Prameyam. 4th one. First one is Pramata, I, the knower. The second one is Pramanam, the instrument of knowledge. Pramata, Pramanam. Then the object of knowledge, the knowledge about something, that object of knowledge is called Prameyam. and the knowledge is called Prama. These four are involved, whether you know it or not, these four are involved in every knowledge, every blessed knowledge in the world. Pramata, Pramanam, Prameyam and Prama. Four are involved. Now, come to the next step. When I use the Pramanam, for example, I have to know the example, how the Pramanam works and how it gives Prama. Then I become Pramata and I use the instrument. For example, you see the rose flower, red flower. My eyes are the Pramanam. I am seeing, you are also seeing the flower. Rose flower with green petals. This flower knowledge, flower comes under Pramanam because it is the object of knowledge. What is the knowledge? Flower knowledge. Flower becomes an object. Prameyam. Flower is known as Prameyam. I am the Pramata who knows this flower. I am the knower of this flower. You can say to yourself, yes, I am the knower of this flower. Therefore, I am Pramata. I am using my eyes to see this flower. Therefore, eyes comes under Pramanam. E-Y-E-S. Eyes means these two eyes. Your own eyes come under Pramanam. And instruments are called Pramanam. Prama, Karanam, Pramanam. They give knowledge. That's why they called Pramanam. Flower is coming under object of knowledge, therefore Prameyam. So in this flower knowledge, how many are there? How many factors involved? Pramata, I the knower is involved. My eyes, Pramanam, are involved. And flower, Prameyam is involved. And flower knowledge is involved. Four are there. In every knowledge of every second, whenever you are getting, these four are involved. Like that, pen knowledge, book knowledge, house knowledge, car knowledge, anything you take, the pramanams are, pramanam is required. But of course, pramanam is different for sound, ears are the pramanam. For smell, eyes, nose is the pramanam. And for taste, tongue is the pramanam. Taste knowledge, tongue is the pramanam. For touch, skin is the sparsha indriyam is the pramanam. To get the knowledge of that object, soft, hard, or heat, cold. So this Shabda, Srotra, Chakshu, all these five sense organs of knowledge come under pramanams. They are called Jnana Indriyani, Pramanam. All of them come under Pramanams. Jnana, Indriya, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Sound, Shabda, Sparsha, touch, Rupa, form, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, taste, Gandha, smell. All English words I am using, corresponding Sanskrit word is also is important. Little you can learn. So these are the five pramanams, so 5 types of knowledge about 5 types of objects. I am the knower. I am the knower of sound, I am the knower of the form, I am the knower of like that, everything I am the knower. Now you have come to Pramata, Pramanam, Prameyam and Prama. Knowledge only. Flower knowledge, pen knowledge, house knowledge, etc., etc. Now, in this context, Jnana Yoga, you have to see what is the object of knowledge. I want to get Atma Jnanam, knowledge about myself. So, Atma is the Prameyam. Atma is the Prameyam. I want to know about the self. I want to know, K-N-O-W. I want to get the knowledge, Prama, of Atma, about Atma. Atma comes under Prameyam. I am is the Pramata. I am the Pramata. I want to know Atma. I want to know Atma means that knowing is called knowledge. I want to get the knowledge about the self means the knowledge about Atma. Atma, Jnana means Prama about Atma. Three are understood now. I am the Pramata. I want to know Atma. And Atma is an object of knowledge. I want to get the knowledge of Atma means Atma comes under Prameya. For time being, you have to understand Atma comes under Prameyam because I want to know about Atma. So Atma Jnanam is called Prama, knowledge. Now one more missing. Pramata is available. I am the Pramata. Atma is Prameyam and knowledge is Prama. What is missing? That fourth one, Pramanam. Previous example, flower, pen example, I said eyes, ears, nose and all these sounds, etc. All 5 pramanams. Then what is the pramanam for Atma Jnanam? What is the pramanam, instrument of knowledge to know Atma? For that, Shastra says you cannot know this Atma through your eyes, through your ears, through your nose, through your tongue, through your touch, through your smell. You cannot know. All 5 sense organs ruled out, kept aside. Then what is the Pramana? These are all giving Pratyaksha Pramana. Pratyaksha Pramana means direct perception. You see the flower, Pratyaksha Pramana. There are 6 pramanams. Next step we have to go. 6 pramanams are given in Shastra. Shabda pramanam, Rupa, Gandha, Rasa, all these are pramanam we have accepted. These are all come under Pratyaksha pramanam. Direct perception. What are the 6 pramanams we have to see? Among the 6 pramanams, there is no 7th pramanam. Understand, only 6 pramanams are there. Other than 6, there is no 7th pramanam. Pramanam means a means of knowledge. Pramanam means a means of knowledge, a tool, a means, a sadhanam to get knowledge. Our topic is Atma Jnanam. I want to get Atma knowledge, self-knowledge is the topic, subject matter for us. Now let us see what are the pramanams. What pramanam I can use for Atma? All 5 sense organs ruled out. I cannot see Atma, I cannot touch Atma, I cannot hear Atma, I cannot taste Atma, I cannot smell Atma, I cannot touch the Atma because Atma doesn't have form. All 5 sense organs can grasp only when they have either Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Atma doesn't have anything. So they cannot enter that field of subject matter Atma. Then what else now? Pratyaksha Pramanam is direct perception. For example, a book, when you read, it gives information. When I want to go to Amarnath, 1 month travel, we used to see that book, Amarnath Yatra. I used to read that book. Hundreds of times I might have read. Beautifully they write about the yatra of, before going to that yatra, everyone has to study that book, everyone has to read. I read that book. That is information. But how to experience that Amarnath? I have to go there. I have to go there and directly see. That is called Pratyaksha Pramanam. Book knowledge has given only information. After getting information, next I want to experience that place. I have to go there. So information first, later experience. Any knowledge. You see in the world we have these two. First we get information means janati. Janati means he knows so and so object, reduction sale is there, so and so place. So after knowing that, janati, ichchati, it is better to buy now itself before the reduction sale is over. We can buy ichchati. Then immediately draw the money from the bank. You need not draw nowadays. Only through cards, credit cards, you are paying everything. So yatate. Yatate means you get that object. Janati, ichchati, yatate. First you get information, later you get that object and you get experience, and either you go there or you bring that object to your house. Amarnath you cannot bring to your house, you have to go there. Then you get pratyaksha anubhava. This is called pratyaksha pramanam. Then second pramanam is called anumana pramanam, inference. Suppose there is fire on the mountain. I see fire. I cannot see fire, I see smoke. When I see the smoke on the fire, I infer the fire. There must be fire, otherwise how can there be smoke on the mountain? So this is called inference. Inference pramana. Through inference, I come to know there is fire on the mountain. This is one example for inference. Second pramanam. Through inference also I get the knowledge of fire on the mountain. Anumana pramanam in Sanskrit. So number one is what? Pratyaksha pramana. Number two is anumana pramanam. Number three is upamana pramanam, comparison. By comparing, you get some knowledge. Moon, face is like moon. Face is not moon, for face is like. When you use the like moon, so pleasant and so calm, cool face is called moon-like face. Comparison. I get the knowledge how that girl looks. No? So, like Chandra Bimba, Chandra Vadana, they say, comparison. So, it is called Upamanam. Upamana Pramana Dwara I come to know. Upamana Pramana. Comparison. Then the fourth one is Pratyaksha, Anumana, Upamana, Arthapatti. Arthapatti means presumption. Presumption means morning I get up and see water on the road. Immediately I come to know there was rain in the night, yesterday night. I have not seen rain, but I see water on the road. Therefore there must be rain in last night. That is called Arthapatti, presumption. Presumption is also come under one pramanam. Getting knowledge through Arthapatti, getting knowledge through direct perception, getting knowledge through inference, getting knowledge through comparison, getting knowledge through assumption or presumption. Fifth one is getting knowledge through absence. Pratyaksha, Anumana, Upamana, Arthapatti, Anupalabdhi. Absence of that knowledge. There is no elephant in the room. I got the knowledge of absence of that elephant. What knowledge? Elephant knowledge. How you got? Elephant is not there in my room. Real elephant is not there. How you got it? Absence. By its absence, I come to know there is no elephant. This is called Anupalabdhi. 5 pramanams. These 5 pramanams for practical purposes, they confine into 2, only Pratyaksha, Anumana. Because other three pramanams, comparison, arthapatti and anupalabdhi, absence, all three depending upon the pratyaksha anumana. Therefore, they take it as only two pramanams, five only taken as two. That is direct perception and inference. Then what is the sixth pramanam? Through reading books, information you get, newspaper. By listening or reading, you get some knowledge, newspaper knowledge. Listening news, you get knowledge. These are all Shabda, words. So Shabda also gives knowledge. Written words or sounds gives knowledge. This Shabda is the sixth pramanam. Now let us see. Atma can know through any of these six pramanams. Shabda, there are two types again, Laukika Shabda and Alaukika Shabda. Laukika Shabda, worldly sounds or words can reveal the worldly objects. But Atma doesn't come under worldly object, it is beyond worldly objects because it is formless, colorless, tasteless. How to know that Atma? So, Laukika Shabda also cannot give knowledge. Only one option is there. We have to know Atma. Shastra says you have an option, choice. Only Alaukika Shabda, Apaurusheya Shabda, that is Veda Shabda, only gives knowledge about Atma. Apaurusheya Shabda. Newspaper, any book, whatever is printed in our physics, chemistry, music, etc., they are all Paurusheya Shabdas. Smriti also is a Paurusheya Shabda. Ramayana, Mahabharata, anything written other than Veda, all come under Paurusheya only. Buddhi, because of the using their Buddhi, Smriti, they have written. Apaurusheya Shabda, that is Vaidika Shabda, alone gives Atma Jnana. Pratyaksha ruled out, Anumana ruled out, Laukika Shabda ruled out. Last and final sixth pramanam, Shabda pramanam, that too Veda Shabda pramanam only reveal Atma. Because our orientation is first information, later experience. Every object, first I get information, later I experience it. This information experience dichotomy is the problem. Everyone wants to experience. Because first I got information, later I go there and get it, I get experience of that. Shastra says Atma is beyond information and experience dichotomy. Atma, Shastra, Veda never give information about Atma. Veda never give an experience about Atma. Ruled out. So your information experience is ruled out with regard to Atma. Why? Everything ruled out, you say, then how can I know Atma? Shastra says that Atma happens to be you yourself. You yourself, the Atma, Chaitanyam, you are, therefore you cannot get information about Atma, you cannot get experience about Atma. It is beyond, therefore you cannot use Pratyaksha Pramana, Anumana Pramana, Laukika Shabda Pramana, you cannot use. You have to use only Veda Shabda Pramana. Now this is about the knowledge about Pramana. We will see more detail in later. This is just a bird eye view. I am giving glimpse of Pramana. We can talk hours together about Pramanams. So these are all called Pramanams. Now Atma, which Pramana? Alaukika Shabda Apaurusheya Veda Pramanam only gives. Now Next thing, just as I get physics book, I get chemistry book, I go and do laboratory and do some chemical reactions, I get solution, I can get knowledge of that. Atma cannot be done like that, unfortunately. You cannot get information, you cannot experience also how difficult it is. Therefore, you require a guru who can unfold the Vedic statements to give knowledge, to remove your self-ignorance. Only Guru guidance is required. You have to listen from the teacher. A competent Shrotriya who is well versed in those Vedic statements, Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita. Thorough knowledge. Of course, Bhagavad Gita is nothing but Upanishad only. You require that knowledge about Shastra. That Guru is very important to teach. Now we have come to Pramatha Pramanam Prameyam Prama. That leads to 6 Pramanams. Those 6 Pramanams also not useful, all of them. Only Alaukika Shabda, Veda Shabda is useful. That Veda Shabda, Alaukika Shabda also I cannot do on my own research. I cannot read on my own. It is impossible without the guidance of the Guru. Guidance in the sense teaching. Without learning from the Guru, without studying, without listening from the Guru, it is impossible to know about Atma, because those statements of Shastra cannot be easily unfolded by your mind, by your intellect, by any other person also. Only one person who has gone through that Shastra study under another Guru, his own or her own Guru, that Guru only can unfold. So Guru is required. So we have come to finally Shastra Pramanam. Veda Anta Bhaga. Atma is the subject matter of Veda Anta Bhaga of Upanishads. There only what is Atma, how is Atma, how it looks, whether it is seen by us or not, everything is given description of Atma. So now Guru is ready. What I have to do? You have to do Shravanam, is the first sadhana in Jnana Yoga. Listen. Listen from the Guru. Which Guru? A Guru who is well versed in Veda Upanishad Shabda. Consistently for a length of time you have to listen. As long as you have this Ajnanam inside, you can never be happy, because any amount of security, artha, kama, any amount of dharma, punya, righteous actions, you can never get completeness. On the other hand, that artha, kama, dharma, really they are obstacles after some time. They have, why obstacles I say, they are the mixture of dukkha, atrupti, bondage. That is the truth of this universe. You cannot avoid it. It is fact. Therefore Shastra says, make use of dharma, artha, kama, and you can enjoy them when you have this moksha purushartha. So therefore, Chaturtha Moksha Purushartha Yogyata Prapyartham, Moksha Prapyartham Jnana Yogyata is required. Jnana Yogyata Prapyartham only Karma Yoga, Upasana Yoga, Visa. Now Jnana Prapyartham, Jnana Yoga sadhana is required. First sadhana is Shravanam. Therefore, Upanishad says, Shrotavyo mantavyo nididhyasitavyaha. Atma va are drashtavyaha. Drashtavyo shrotavyo mantavyo nididhyasitavyaha. That is what Lord Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. The one who has gone through this truth, understood this truth, they will teach you when you are interested in learning, when you tadvidhi to, may you know Arjuna. Pranipatena, do Sashtanga Namaskara. Never hesitate. Be humble. Bow in front of them. Pariprashnena. Remove your doubts all. Remove your ignorance by asking questions. So now the first one is Shravanam. What is Shravanam? Consistent, systematic study of Vedantic scriptures under a competent, alive teacher for a length of time. How long? Until you get knowledge. You have to listen. While listening, you get doubts. According to Shastra, when you are listening, when you get doubts, keep your doubts aside. If you want to progress in your study of scriptures from your teacher, you have to keep your doubts aside. Listen only. No ask, nothing to ask. Because in the teaching itself, it is in a dialogue form. Almost your questions are answered in that. Wait and see. Don't raise your questions, or even though we kept you in the mute, your mind is not in mute. Suppose we kept you in mute here, you cannot talk, but your mind cannot be in mute. It has got doubt. What about this? What about that? What about this? Doubts. Shastra says no, don't think about all those things. They will be cleared later, slowly. You keep the questions aside. Don't think about the questions. What is this, Swamini? How can I be an... Yes. First you listen for a length of time. All questions are answered in that only. But many students, unfortunately, they allow the questions rising galore in the mind. I want to know that this doubt is there, that doubt is there. First listen. Without listening, how can your doubts can be cleared? This is the biggest obstacle for many students. They don't have control over their mind to stop the doubts, keeping aside. Bhagavad Gita completely 18 chapters you have to listen. Until that, don't ask, open your mouth. Afterwards, can I open my mouth? No, you have to listen Upanishads. Afterwards, can I open? You have to listen Prakarana Grandhas also. Afterwards, can I? Yes, you can ask. Until you finish 18 chapters thoroughly, you are not supposed to ask any question. But some students, I want to have a question answer sessions. I love to ask questions. Nothing doing. If you want to progress spiritually, stop that itching in the mind. Curiosity to ask. The moment you have curiosity to ask, your listening will come down. This is the psychology. Your listening come down. It is not possible your mind 100% can focus on the learning. This is the technique. Many people do not know this, but they keep on questioning. My classes, I follow my teacher's method only, Swamiji's method. That worked me, it will work to my students also, that's all. I saw those people why it didn't work also, because they keep a lot of questions, discussions, debates. What debate you can do? What discussion you can do without listening? Therefore, pariprashna is only afterwards. Now comes mananam. In that mananam time, after listening for a length of time, you are welcome to ask questions. Guru is ready to answer. Guru is happy also. Your rational mind, critical mind, and lot of thinking, overthinking mind. Okay, well, we are ready to answer. You are free to ask. Shastra will never curb. We are happy also. But one condition, after listening for a length of time. Generally, doubts won't be there. If at all there, the teacher is ready to answer. That's why I said, my time, my energy is always to clarify doubts. My Guru followed that only. Paramarthananda Swamiji, he is not interested in anything except clarifying the doubts. That principle only I follow. You will ask relevant questions also. Without listening, maximum, totally, you will ask only irrelevant questions. Definitely irrelevant questions only will come. After listening, we can see that quality in your questions. Very, very important, that is. Mananam is very important to remove your doubts. Shravanam is to remove ajnanam. Ajnana nivrityartham shravanam. Samshaya nivrityartham, to remove doubts, mananam is required. In our Shastra, all manana granthas are there. Lot of manana granthas, shravana granthas, manana granthas. After doing mananam, second level of sadhana in Jnana Yoga, mananam. After mananam, there is another problem in the mind. Ajnanam is one problem, one obstacle. After removing ajnanam, samshaya will be there. Nissamshaya jnanam alone is jnanam. Doubtless knowledge alone is knowledge. Doubtful knowledge is not a knowledge at all. Therefore, you require doubtless knowledge. Mananam, length of time you need, suppose. Welcome. So, second one is mananam. Then third one is samshaya nivrityartham mananam. What is the third issue of the mind? See, mind has how many issues? Ajnana nivrityartham shravanam, samshaya nivrityartham mananam. What is this? Over, no? Any more? No. Yes, viparita bhavana. Viparita bhavana means habitual notions. I am an ordinary human being, an ordinary employee, I am an ordinary housewife. I am ordinary, self-pity. I am only a jiva, I have punya, papa. Punya they don't count, they count always papa. I have done lot of sins. I am so much limited, tiny human being, like that, so much of, I have a lot of sanchita karma, my prarabdha is not good, like that. Viparita bhavana. However much Shastra says you are Satchidananda Swarupaha, you are the substratum of this universe, you are Dukkha Rahitaha, you are Asangaha, you are Ananda Swarupaha. How can I believe all these things? Very nice to listen, but I am not able to accept. This is called Viparita bhavana, biggest obstacle. It's not that much easy to assimilate. Shravanam done years together, 2 decades, 20 years, Shravanam done. But Viparita Bhavana has not gone. Just like Viparita Bhavana, 2-3 examples I will give you understand. What is Viparita Bhavana? When we use the tap, water is not coming, we keep the bucket in the mug because tap is under repair. After 1 month, 2 months, we get repair. And our habit of going towards bucket and mug, taking water, even pipe is working. Because 2 months, 1 month you are habituated to that, then even pipe is working, water is coming, you are not opening that. This is called habit. In habit, if you remove H, A bit remains. In A bit, if you remove A, bit remains. If you remove B from the bit, it remains. What is that it? Habit. Habit remains. Just like one more example, recently, one of my students, they have this catching like a rat, there is one cage, we keep night time, so a rat will enter inside to eat something inside, we keep, that goes inside and get caught. The door will be closed. The next day, they used to take that rat cage to the park. They want to leave that rat, and the student took that to the park, and he opened the door, and he did like the he thought nothing is there inside, nothing is there, and he brought back that cage, rat cage, and he said nothing is there inside, no rat. On night rat went inside, but it didn't come out. Then later they open again, rat is there. In spite of opening the door, why rat didn't come? Then that student was surprised. How I could not send it out? Because it is sitting in the corner of that cage, and thinking throughout the night, I cannot go out. I have no way out. Going out, in spite of opening the door, because it's a notion, strong notion, I have no way to go out. That went inside of the rat mind strongly. That's what it is thinking. Even in spite of opening the door, it is not coming. That is called conditioned mind. Similarly, however much you listen, if you don't assimilate whatever you have taken food, you won't get strength. Assimilated food gives strength, not consumed food. Similarly, assimilated Shastra alone gives Ananda to you to recognize your Ananda Swarupam, not consumed Shastra, however much you listen. Just like another last example, putting sugar in the milk without stirring, 1 spoon, 2 spoons, 3 spoons you put, suppose. Can you sip the milk and you get sweetness? No. You are putting the sugar 1 spoon, 2 spoon, 3 spoon without stirring it. By 1 spoon you put and stir it, it will work. It will give sweetness. What is the use of without stirring, putting lot of sugar inside? Similarly, reading that book, this book, going here and there, listening this and that, what is the use? No change in your personality because you have not masticated the teaching. Just the cow eat the grass and munch it, sitting calm, closing its eyes, bringing the cud into the mouth, and it masticate. Like that, every student has to do Shastra, Shravanam. If you want to study Bhagavad Gita, each shloka you have to masticate. You have to stir into your mind, antakaranam. Otherwise, even 20 years, 10 times you study Bhagavad Gita, no use. Therefore, tons of theory is no use. An ounce of practice is important. That is viparita bhavana nivrityartham nididhyasanam, contemplation, meditation. One word I forgot to tell in the last session, I gave the name to our meditations as Vedic meditation. classical meditation only, Vedic meditation, because final fifth meditation comes is Vedantic meditation, that is Nididhyasana. That comes in 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Nididhyasana. So Nididhyasana is the third contemplation. Nididhyasana is the third stage of Jnana Yoga. Second is Mananam. First is Shravanam. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana put together Jnana Yoga. To remove self-ignorance, to get self-knowledge, to remove ignorance from your mind, to get your Purushartha, that is moksha. Getting self-knowledge is called liberation or freedom. Freedom from what? Freedom from sorrow. Are you interested in getting freedom from sorrow? Get self-knowledge. How to get self-knowledge? Study, listen from the teacher. Don't read any book for this self-knowledge. If you want to read any other book, read. That is your different. But Atma Jnanam sake, don't read any book. Some students are interested in reading. So don't read any book for Atma Jnana. If you make use of that for a reading and habit, you will know wasting your time. Only listen my classes, that's all. Nothing else is required. This is about Jnana Yoga, self-knowledge. Bhagavad Gita study is meant for self-knowledge. Self-knowledge alone gives me freedom from sorrow, ananda. So today this is the topic, Jnana Yoga. Bhagavad Gita study is for what sake? For self-knowledge. Why I have to get self-knowledge? Because there is self-ignorance. If self-ignorance is there, what happens? I can never be successful in my 4 goals achievement. Therefore, what? Come to the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.